Before you start, you wanna make sure your hair is really clean. You need to shampoo it with some kind of clarifying shampoo. I like this one, generic from Sally's, because it's cheap. So you're gonna shampoo your hair and absolutely no conditioner. If you have to be able to get a brush through it, you just wanna apply the conditioner on the ends. Then you're gonna blow dry and straighten your hair. It doesn't have to be perfect, but if you can get it pretty stick straight, this will allow you to navigate and see how they're gonna fall easier. The extensions I'm using today are from Amazon. I'll link these below. The company is called Full Shine. They're 100% human hair. They are not the best quality of hair. You're going to get about a month out of these. Sometimes, depending on how well I take care of them, I can retape them and reuse them by giving them a haircut. But really, about after a month, they really just start to change. Now you need to decide where you're gonna part your hair while you wear these extensions. For me, I'm gonna use a middle part. If you're using a left part, for example, part it to the left, and you're always gonna part it to the left when you wear these extensions. So for about 30 days, your hair is going to the left. So make sure you're good with whatever side you pick. Regardless of where you part it in the front, it's going to go straight down the middle in the back. We're gonna section this off into 4 quads. So right about where the end of the ear is, or the back of the ear, you're gonna separate this. We're gonna start in the front. Here's our head. We sectioned it off right behind the ear. You never wanna apply hair extensions at the hairline. So this is the no extension zone. Our first extension is going to be diagonal. It's going to look like this, you're parting, diagonal. I have a diagonal line. Depending on your hair texture type, you're gonna wanna make this thicker or thinner than mine. So take your hair extension, put it here without taping it, and flip it up. If you can see the hair extension, you need to put more hair in here. And normally I tone these before I put them in, but since I bought a darker shade this time, I'm gonna tone them while I have them in to help blend them with my hair. These things are really great to use for these. It's just a piece of Velcro basically to put here. We don't wanna get any tape on the top part. We're not gonna place them horizontal. If you did that horizontal and tried to wear it up, it's going to eventually stick out and be very obvious. Always leaving out the hairline and always staying away from the ear. We're gonna slice off a little piece here, about the same length as the hair extension. You can see through this. It does not need to be thick. I'm gonna put another piece right here of this Velcro. And I'm using 2 packs, by the way. 2 full packs. You may need more, you may need less. It really depends on your hair texture type. The extension bond looks like this, and you can cut these. If you have really fine hair or thin hair, you may wanna cut these in half to help hide these. I'm just gonna use the full one. It has a piece of tape and you just take that off. How it's going to look is extension, pretend this is my real hair, and extension on top. You're sandwiching your real hair between this. Now you're going to lay your extension in the same parting that you made. So this is a diagonal parting, so my extension is going to go in at a diagonal. Lift this all the way up. Extension here, see how it's at a diagonal? And you're going to put the hair on top. Now you want to take a step back and look at this in the mirror. Is this too close, too far? This is your opportunity to move it. You can just peel this off. Once we heat and seal these, it's gonna be a lot of work to take these out. Take the other piece of tape off. Also, I forgot this. You wanna make sure you wash your hands frequently when doing this. If your hands have any oil on them and you touch this, it's going to weaken the bond. I do my best not to touch it at all, but it's almost impossible. You have to touch it a little. Now this is going to go directly on top of the other one. You kind of have to do a combination of looking and feeling. Now you're going to mash this down. Take your flat iron, tap, 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 and I would recommend using an older flat iron because sometimes the glue will leak out and get on the flat iron. This melts the glue inside. You can feel it. When it cools down a little bit, you're gonna wanna tap it. What you're trying to do is get that glue wrapped around your hair so it can hold it. You don't have to use a flat iron on these, but they won't last long, especially this brand. And sometimes I like to go over the edges just to make sure, tap, tap, tap. You can also use needle nose pliers if you don't wanna touch this because of the temperature. The best way to make sure these are even is to go back and forth. I did one here, so I'm gonna do one here. Do one here, do one here. That way they're even. I'm gonna walk you through this one side so you can see it, and then I'll finish this one later. Your next one is going to go straight across right about here. Depending on how much hair you have, you may wanna move this down further. We're gonna end up connecting these, so don't worry about this creating a gap. It's going to be kind of horizontal. Grazing off a little sliver, very thin. Directing the hair up, lining it up with my hair extension, pulling the hair on the bottom to make sure it's all laying down, lining these up, tap, tap, tap. And if you misplace them a little, like they're not exactly on top of each other, when you heat it up, that's when you can kind of move it around a little bit. Not much, so it needs to be pretty close, but you can alter it just a little. Moving it around and kind of smashing it to make sure we're wrapping the hair with glue. We want to stay away from this zone where we part our hair and obviously the hairline. I do put mine up pretty high, but just remember, if you put a hair extension here and you decide you want to do some cute space buns, it's probably not going to work. The hair's not going to bend that way unless you do like big volume ones. But because of my haircut, that works best because there's so many layers going on. Staying away from my hairline. So it's going to be more towards the back. Matching that with another clean line, okay? Making sure it's thin. Now we're gonna move to the back. But remember, you would have done this side already. Do one, do another. Do one, do another. For the back, if you don't have anybody to help, you can use 2 mirrors. So a mirror in front and a mirror in back. In the back, remember, no matter what part we have, in the front, it's down the middle. Pretend that's good. In the back. If you divide the head in half, this bottom half is where you're gonna avoid putting any extensions right here on the part line. And again, not on the hairline, in case you decide to pull your hair up or for natural blending. So none here and none here. Your first one is gonna go right here. It's off of here, off of here, off of here. So it's sitting right in the middle. And it's horizontal, straight across, because the bottom of your head is typically straight for the most part. That one is probably too close to my hairline. I didn't realize that till I was taking the flat iron to it, so that's why it's important to check. Now you're gonna space out another one kind of on top, leave some hair in between. How much really varies on how thick your hair is and how many you're gonna have. You may be able to fit 2 right here, is determined by how big or small your head is. What you wanna try to avoid is stacking them like this. Extension, 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 extension. You wanna try to alter them or bricklay them. So extension, extension, where this little gap is, extension. So they're never falling on top of each other because that will just create a huge weight line. We're gonna put another one and you can move it over to the right or to the left. For the next section, you should be able to fit about 2, at least 2. So I'm gonna put one here and here, and avoiding the ear and the hairline. Moving up, I put 2 here. They're spaced a little bit apart. It will connect to the tip of your first one you place diagonally. So it will follow that line. And the reason you're parting it like that down the middle is for when you wrap these up when you sleep in them, it's typically best to wear them at the side, down low in 2 dog ears or ponytails, wrapped up. So you want to put as little stress as possible on the extension. So if it's in the middle of the part line and you part it, it's going to pull it. And that's actually the end of that box of hair. So I feel like they put less in it now, just like everybody else. Less chips in the bag, but it's more money. This will vary depending on your head shape, but to break up this gap, because you're gonna have extensions all throughout here bricklayed, and you're gonna have this chunk missing in the middle. At the top, this is where you start putting them in the middle. Space it on the side, space it on the side. Just remember the head is round, so some of your subsections may have a little curvature to them. You're gonna place the extension according to your line. So if it's a little diagonal, your extension goes a little diagonal, which you're gonna wanna do on these corners of the head. Otherwise, you'll have a gap here at the ear. So you're just gonna continue on breaking the base, using as many as you want. Just be mindful of the top. Again, to hide these, you don't want extensions here. I've got one in the corner. It blends that weight line versus this side has a gap. Your hair holds weight on these back corners, so you'll want to add an extension in a rounded line here to cover up the weight or gap. A lot of this can be corrected with a haircut, blending that together, but we're going to make a little horseshoe, add one in the middle right here to conceal some of this. And truthfully, this is not enough hair. That's why I left a few out of this side. They really must have changed the packaging. I have some extra hair. The color doesn't match and it's really short. Sometimes what you can do to save money is put a long one on the bottom and a short one on top for the layer. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that one on there. Typically you're gonna layer these anyway to blend them. That is blonde. So you can combine 2 different lengths to create the layer and they're much cheaper. Sorry about the noise. My partner is building a deck because ours was rotting and we almost fell through the stairs. So I'll probably do one here, and one here. If it's super tacky, you can pull down some hair. The back really is the hardest part, but it does get easier each time you do it, but it's still pretty tough. Here's the back to kind of move you down. Probably could have used one more, kind of cocked a little to the side for this, but I'm not gonna order another pack just for 2 pieces. Obviously needs a lot of layers to blend in with this, but the color actually blends pretty well, but I'm still gonna use a blue base shampoo to tone it a little bit darker. And the placement should be good where you can put these behind your ear, having some natural hair hang out and hiding the bond or weft. And once you shampoo it, which I would wait 24, 48 hours if you can, they're gonna expand a little bit. They're not gonna stay this stick straight unless you style them that way. It will blend a lot better that way. We'll cut them next, but I'm gonna wait probably 48 hours before I touch them again as far as like color or cutting, blow drying, shampooing, anything.